GMs, guys, welcome to the Swarm Report. My name's Hudah, bringing you around the crypto AI ecosystem. Man, in 30 minutes a day, we're going to do it again, actually. We'll make our first streak in a while for that. Staying on time, Christian, good to see you. Man, smash the like on the show wherever you're watching. We are live right now over on Abstract and on X and, yes, on YouTube and wherever you're watching. Well, make sure you come over to the YouTube side. Subscribe over here if you can't catch these live shows. Catch the replays. I've been saying this for a while. Same thing. Catch these shows. Catch the live show. Catch the replays. It's getting more and more and more important as, look, the crypto market's picking back up and the AI market picking right back up along with it. And I'll say this, man, as we get into the show and we start looking at some of these tokens, and we're going to actually look at GLORIA right off the start, so it become really obvious to people why you don't want to miss it. Look, I'm not giving financial advice ever. It's always that disclaimer, right? But I'll tell you, man, it's free money out there right now on the Virtuals platform. They probably hate that I say that. I don't know. But it is what it is. A lot of us here have experience with these markets, and there are periods of times, and sometimes it's just a short little period, a short little window where everything you get into is up. And we happen to be in one of those special little moments right now, and it's happening right over in the Virtuals ecosystem. I'll show you some examples of that here today. I want to make sure you guys are paying attention to that. Again, it's why it's so important you do tune in and do stay dialed in, and we'll keep you on top of those runners. The thumbnail gives it away. The title gives it away. We're going to look at the chart and some other runners here in a minute, guys. Follow us on X at SlamAI_XYZ. I never pull up CryptoSlam, which I should, but I follow CryptoSlam.io as well. And, of course, our agent, CryptoSlam's agent, it is the Swarm_AI, our flagship agent, who is going to be, well, he's already live. You'll be seeing him in the Virtuals ACP, their Swarm, with AI XVC. It'll be Axelrod, their flagship agent, AI XBT and Velvet Unicorn, right? All these agents we've been talking about, all these guys working together to make some hopefully incredible trades. But behind the scenes, the boys are cooking, the teams are working together, the agents are talking. Pretty soon you'll get that update from Virtuals and then from us about where it's at, what we're doing. Are they making money? I'll tell you this, it's looking pretty cool. We'll say that. Again, follow along over on the Swarm_AI. We're streaming there live right now too. If you didn't catch the GLORIA show yesterday, do it. Go, check it out. It's awesome to actually, finally see from teams. We've maybe gotten used to hearing from teams in NFTs, right? We're starting to see some faces we're familiar with on the NFT side, but in meme coins and tokens, I don't know if you guys hear that, but it's just the coffee, not smoke detector. But on the meme coin side, utility coin, whatever, and the fungible token side, we usually don't see teams, and we're going to change that, especially after getting our first rug yesterday over in the Virtuals ecosystem. Man, it is important to vet these teams. There's a lot of money being thrown around these tokens, and man, gives you that little bit of extra confidence, peace of mind to know there's a real person behind some of these teams, like a really great builder, an experienced person. And we saw that yesterday with John Chen behind the GLORIA agent. So anyway, check out that 30-minute conversation. I hate to call it an interview, but conversation with John. And man, am I rooting for him and his team and that agent and token. Incredible things. I mean, as of the time of this tweet here, which is probably hours ago, right? About 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Eastern time this morning, GLORIA was sitting at a 20x. I'll tell you what, man, I'm going to hop over here real quick to the Virtuals platform. We're going to look at it. Man, it's not a 20x anymore. It's not a 20x now. We're talking like a 40x at this point, potentially. Was over a 4 mil market cap, pulled back a little bit here, but this token was sitting at somewhere between a 30 and a 40x. It's hard to know exactly where pre-sale buyers got in. You can at least see the starting market cap, and even from there, we're talking like actually, let me flip to market cap here. From that starting market cap, we're talking like a 6x. But I think the pre-sale buyers got in actually way lower than this. This shows like the opening market cap was like 690K. I think pre-sale buyers got in closer to like 150, 200K in that ballpark. So those guys absolutely cooked. Man, some of the agents we'll talk about today, there's no reason to miss them when these hot tokens that you get in at such a low price are just easy wins. Again, I'll move on from GLORIA. I'm just going to gush just for another minute. Just great team. Tokens got some great utility too. I like everything they're cooking. Now, I do want to tell you, we got some more of these hot token projects, agents, whatever, coming on the show here. The next one coming on, I'm going to spoil this for you guys. We'll do a tweet for this later, right? but I'll spoil it for you guys that are watching now since it is kind of quiet. We got coming on initially, it was going to be tomorrow. We're going to do this on Saturday. On Saturday. The Bernie AI team is coming on Saturday. So I'll give you details about that. It's not going to be at our normal time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's not going to be then. It's going to be a little earlier. Can't wait. But Bernie AI will be on Saturday. And we're also getting the AIXVC / Axelrod team on as well. We'll firm up that date and get that to you, but just be looking forward to those two. You definitely don't want to miss them. Two of the hottest launches we have coming to virtuals, period. Don't miss those shows, man. All right, some updates from virtuals, then we'll get to some market talk. But points controversy, we've talked about that here. Some people gaming the system. And then separately from that, look, it's not maybe ideal that the projects who are launching tokens and actually keeping some tokens, that part's fine. But should projects be earning points, these virtuals points, for having their own token, holding their own token? And I tell you what, I could go both ways with it. I think it depends on what the project is doing with it. But I think I like the virtuals team's decision even better. No more points for the projects for holding their own tokens. So that's an update that these guys just put out there in the past 24 hours. It's a pretty big change. Some of these projects hold, 50% of their own token. You can imagine there's a lot of points that come with it. No more. They've gone and reset all the projects' points. So if they were holding some and hadn't used them yet, down to 0. No more points for projects holding their tokens. Now, if they hold other agent tokens, different story, right? You can earn points on that, but your own token, no. And they're also working through and actually implemented a fix here that if you're moving your tokens between wallets to earn points in different ways, it's not going to fly anymore. I don't believe they've told us exactly how they're finding that and tracing it, but just know that's a very experienced team and they can trace these transactions on chain. And if you're transferring your tokens between wallets, you're no longer going to get points for that. So 2 really, really awesome updates here on the points front. Great stuff. That team is super reactionary, really, really good. I said it, I think on X, elite team. They really, really are. Like those guys a lot. And then guys teasing something and it sounding big. I hear people guessing maybe a blockchain. Tell you what, I wouldn't rule that out. After seeing, like, guys, just 1 or 2 hot launches, one hot launch, and we're talking the, what was our hot launch a couple days ago? I'm going to cheat and go look. It is what it is. Hang on. RWAI. RWAI launched and it brought the base blockchain. I mean, I don't want to say to a screeching halt, but it showed some weaknesses there. Virtuals is going to have a problem if agent token launches really heat up. And if we have multiple hot tokens launching at once, there's going to be a bit of a problem. Won't be shocked. I'm not counting on it, but I won't be shocked to hear virtuals maybe launching their own L1, maybe their own L2. I'm not sure, but we'll keep our eyes on that. And of course, I'll keep you updated there. I guess a little heads up too, if you're experiencing issues with your points, like Roger here is, as in he's in a timeout period for selling tokens. It's not a problem, right? If you sell your tokens, you get a little bit of a cooldown period on your point accumulation. But his kept getting longer and longer and longer when he didn't sell any more tokens. There are some little bugs in the point system right now. If any of you guys are experiencing that, reach out to the virtuals team. They're, right on top of it. I'm telling you, those guys are awesome. If you're having anything like that, hit those boys up. All right, let's look at the market here. I have not peeked even once, actually in the past 2 days. I've looked at individual tokens, but the broader market, no. And wow. Okay, we're over on cookie.fund. Not surprised to see this at all, man. But AI market cap here now at 9.69 billion, up over 17% in the past 24 hours. You see, guys, crypto market's cooking. Bitcoin's over 100K, ETH's over 2K, and AI's up right along with it. Love to see it. Love it, guys. We'll look at our top agents here. By market cap, let me get us sorted. And you know what? If it's game time, if it's game on here with tokens, I'm really curious how high do we go? We peaked at what, 20 bill last season? My gut tells me we can do a whole lot bigger, better than that this time around. We'll see, and we're going to see who our leaders are. Right now, it's Fartcoin. Fartcoin on top. Yeah, again, no surprise there. Followed by Turbo, Ket, AIXBT, and Toshi on the infra side. FET getting close to $2 billion, guys. That is a monster of a platform in their token. Virtual AI, 16Z, Ask Venice, and Ava. And then on DeFi, it's Ask Venice, Hey Anon. I love that one in particular. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I love that one. Griffane, Cortex, and Spectral. Their tokens, Spec. And then let's put them together. We'll sort by mindshare, and like usual, probably no surprises. Yes, Fartcoin on top. Cerebro, guys, in a matter of a couple days, that's going to wash out. Cerebro is going to fade away. We talked briefly about it, but their dev, the guy who launched the token, had a bit of a controversy faking his own death. It's silly stuff. That's fallen off the radar here really, really soon, and kind of good riddance. Virtual's at 3. Wrecked Guy, the Wrecked token, the Wrecked Guy AI agent, really ramping up, and for a great reason. I didn't even think to include him on this on the show today, and maybe I should. I don't know. I'll circle back to him in a second. AI XPT behind Wrecked, incredible. Now he's getting popular. He's being talked about because his token is going up, but also they just sold some drinks. They sell like sparkling waters, right? And they sold a new flavor over on Abstract. Guys, they sold like 260,000 cans in 40 minutes. Complete sellout in less than an hour. And of course, that brings attention to everything in the Rect ecosystem. So like their NFTs, their AI agent, their token, all of it. So it explains them being in the top 5 here in the past 3 days. Love it. Now, we've not been doing this over the past week or so. It's time to, it's just time. It's just time to check in on some of my favorite tokens. Again, this is how I get my take the temperature of the market. I'm taking a few of my favorite tokens from different sectors here, and we're just looking a little closer at them, just to get a feel for the health of this stuff. AIXPT, he was the king of AI. It still is in a large way, right? He still really is. To 173 mil market cap, got as low as 60, 70 mil over the last month or so, but nice to see him bounce back again. 173 mil, up to over 22% in the past 24 hours. Here is Venice, 126 mil market cap, up over 16%. Fartcoin, I really should save Fartcoin to last. I mean, it is the, at this point, that's your top dog AI token, and it's a meme coin too. It's got such broad appeal. So there it is, 1.18 billion market cap, up to over 23% here. Man, his big brother GOAT coming back strong. And this is one, if I were making a big bet on something, it would be this one. 89 mil market cap, up almost 30% here. Again, not financial advice. I think we're going to see GOAT back in the hundreds of millions. Hundreds. It's the token that inspired so much of what's happening here in crypto AI. It's very specifically that one. At one point, guys, I asked AIXBT, I don't remember if it was what was his favorite token or what was the token that did inspire everything. And he said it's GOAT. And I think you'll see AI agents that uniformly agree on that. I think we're going to see that. I think this one's going to cook. And then is this our last? No. But Prompt up 23% as well to 74 mil market cap. And then here's our last one. I do like checking in on ARK. Up 23% as well, 62 mil market cap. I'm really keeping my eye on that. Framework, Launchpad, it's all these things that you think are going to be a big part of this next run. And how does the tech from the last run, the last cycle here, how are they holding up and do they survive? And so far, kind of a shell of their former self. I'm keeping an eye. I think they can bounce back strong. So we will see. AIXBT's token now trading over on Binance. I thought it was already live. I guess not, but as of today, they've got the AI XPT USDT token pair. Good to see. And then also Cookie.fun, their token now is live on Kraken. So some big tokens here in crypto AI getting some big exchange listings. Love to see that. Cookie, we'll see. I believe they're on Coinbase already, but yeah, you're going to see some of these tokens really getting some exposure out there, man. Tell you, I think normies are going to come for these too at some point. If you're a normie out there watching, you're not super into crypto, but you're checking out AI. No offense, guys. No offense, but come on in and play with us. Let's peek at these upcoming drops here. There's not a ton right now, right? Mostly what we reviewed a couple days ago is what we're going to see on the board here, but I do want to look at them, and I do want to check in on some of the past tokens here, some of the big ones. But right now, Wim.bet is absolutely something to be focusing on. It's a prediction market. It's really, guys, it's interesting. I don't have any, let's just say, bold predictions for it. I don't think this one is going to cook in the way maybe GLORIA did, although maybe it could do that. I don't think we'll see like a BIOS kind of scenario, but like agent that makes prediction markets based on video content. I like the idea. I'm not sure if that has enough broad appeal, but regardless, if this makes it, if it's fully subscribed, which it already is, guys, again, these come out of the gates winning. That's what I'm saying. It's an up-only kind of environment right now. what's appealing about this to me right now is the oversubscription. It's up, what, 315% oversubscribed. Well, we saw Gloria get to what, 700%. We saw some agents recently get to 2,000% oversubscribed. What that means is if you're committing points to trying to try to buy into this token, man, the more oversubscribed it is, the less tokens you're going to get. You want to find a sweet spot where it's a token that's got upside that you believe is actually going to be up, but that you're going to get the most amount of tokens that you can. And right now, this one is in an interesting spot. We'll definitely keep our eyes on it. 16 hours left or 17 to commit your points here. But if this stays around 300% or so, man, it might be worth getting a little bag of that, or maybe even a big bag. You're going to get a bigger chunk than if you would have done something like Gloria. Now, there's nothing else like today, tomorrow that's really, well, I should take that back about tomorrow, but um, hang on, I'm doing some math here. Bernie was adjusted. Bernie was a tomorrow launch. Now it's, yeah, okay. Now a Saturday launch. All right, I'm going to be honest. I kind of knew that. It's why we're doing the show Saturday. So there you go. There you go. I had to play dumb with that one because I don't think that was out there quite yet. But as far as launches today, I'll say it again. I don't think there's anything I'm super interested other than Whim. 404 glitch caught my eye. I'll say this because it looks like a big old nothing burger, and it probably is a big old nothing burger. Look at this. Not a launch, or excuse me, not a token, not a launch. A leak in the loop. It's like, this looks like a little bit of a meme coin, kind of. But it did get me thinking. It got me thinking actually quite a bit. I don't even know if there's an agent that launches with this. Maybe there has to be, right? But there's no like project details really. There's nothing. I can't see this getting to 100%. If it does, I don't know. You're either looking at a rug or something interesting. And what it got me thinking is somebody's going to come out with an interesting agent and token that the only purpose of it is to grind away points. What that looks like, what it actually is, I don't know, but you know how people are in this space. And you get like a Nate Alex or somebody who's like a contract wizard. People do fun stuff. And I started thinking if somebody wants to play with the platform and the drop mechanics and have some kind of AI footprint, but they wanted to build out something that's not about the value of the token, but it's more about something you can maintain a certain price and grind out whatever, right? I think we're going to see some kind of artsy, weird, punk rocky kind of drops. Maybe that's what 404 is for now, man. I wouldn't go commit points to it. Although if it doesn't complete, you do get your points back. You're out nothing. So, roll the dice if you've really feel like gambling here, but it did catch my eye. I'll say that. SociaGen also has kind of caught my eye. Get social media content, right? It does image generation and points, post generation, like text generation for posts. I like it. I did a little more digging. I'm a little less bullish on it than I was a few days ago. I like the idea. Something like Signal AI. They're doing a similar thing, but it's more marketing strategy. And that's what people really need. Like, again, I suck at tweeting. I suck at marketing. I need something like that. But going on their platform, I only see where it can generate images for you based on text and where it can actually generate the text for you for your post. I need something that helps me with scheduling, knowing, maybe knowing the algorithm, knowing what I should post and when and how frequent, and giving me tips about those posts. I don't want it to just, type up my post for me. And so far, it looks like what that one does. I'm a little less bullish. I'm probably not looking to commit any points to that one. Whereas a couple days ago, I might have. Again, I was thinking about it maybe incorrectly. Bernie AI is going to be an all-in kind of play, guys. I think you guys know that at this point. But a top 10 finisher in the Virtuals Hackathon, a really good presence online, and just sentiment around this one is incredibly high. This might be, well, until next week with AI XVC, this might be the biggest launch we've seen yet. It might be. If it's not the biggest, I still think this will break that 1,000% oversubscribed. It could be a monster in that regard. And then it's like off to the races with hopefully still a crypto market that's cooking, people ready to kind of start gambling on these coins again. Bernie might really, really cook. So it might be a repeat of Gloria, could have a much higher ceiling here. We'll see. But either way, I could say this at least and feel confident with it. Bernie is going to be one of those guaranteed cooks. What we're watching then is how oversubscribed it is, because the higher it gets, the less number of tokens you're probably going to get, right? And then finally, I'll give you the under the radar pick that I don't see many people very optimistic or bullish about. It's Jarvis. And I'm a little different there. I actually think there is something potentially spicy here. And so If other people don't see what I'm seeing and they're not committing their points, man, that's the sweet spot. I think that's where you actually can do some real damage and man, hopefully get some nice multiples, a big chunk of token supply. And I mentioned it again the other day. Why? This tool or this agent is more like an assistant to help you transact on chain. And then I go look at projects, similar projects like maybe Wayfinder or Hey Anon, and they're both tools that let you, via natural language say, hey, move some funds, move over some ETH to this wallet, bridge it to this chain, convert it to this token, split it off and send some to this address, send some to this address. That is the way this that transacting on chain is going anyways. That is what this Jarvis agent is. So I imagine behind the agent, there's also going to be some other kind of interface, like a terminal you can use too. We'll verify that first, but this one is on my radar, and again, it's much higher than where others are putting it. I'm actually very cautiously optimistic about it. Still want to. I'm going to do some more research into it and see again other ways that you can interact with it. But yeah, I'm telling you, I think people are missing something with this one right here. So tomorrow, I want to get a little deeper with that. I'll do a little more research. Right now, kind of surface level. Keep that one on your radar, though. I'll say that for sure. And then finally over here, another new entry, and this is coming in just a few days here. Axelrod. I'm not even gonna have to touch Axelrod. Everybody knows that's a guaranteed cook. That will be the top drop we've seen on this platform yet. It just will be. But GPT Wars, this popped up just in the past, I don't know, 24 hours. I'll just give you very surface level on this one too. I'm not so sure with it too. This is definitely more of a toss up. Guys, they already have a token out. They have a game out. They have a token out. What they're launching along with it now is an agent to kind of represent it, to get some mind share. And as far as I can take away from this, that's all it is. And I don't want to say that's all it is, but that is all it is. So now an AI agent that's going to help drive memeability and attention to their game. Smart of them to do that, but the game is already out there. It looks okay. They have a token out there already called GPTW, and those token holders are actually going to get a drop from this. So this new GPTWAI token, something like 20% of that is going to their current token holders. That token, by the way, I checked, it's got a 300K market cap. So I don't see enough here that makes me think if the current game and token isn't doing well, I have trouble seeing this one do well. That said, the AI narrative, it's here on the hottest platform right now. It could just pop just because of that alone. But this one, again, firmly a toss up here. DYOR, I am also going to try to get them on the show. And I would love for them to explain to us more about their ecosystem and why it is maybe something that maybe I'm misjudging, or maybe something we should look a little deeper at. So again, we'll check further into that. And then we'll wrap just with Axelrod again. Guaranteed winner, guaranteed cook is as sure of a thing as you can be here in crypto. But as the head of the autonomous hedge fund trading DAO, the swarm that our swarm agent is going to be in, so working with these guys, they're that's a kind of go all in play. And I know a lot of other people are thinking exactly like that. I can't wait for it. Personally, I can't wait for it. More than that, I can't wait to get them on the show. So again, we'll have them in a few days on the show here. I want to try to time it that they're on the show when the token drops. Let me think where that puts us, though. That puts us maybe nighttime. That might put us in evening stream or early. I'm awful with time conversions. We'll check it out. If I can get live with them when the token goes live, that's what we're going to do. And that's what we're doing here this weekend with Bernie. All right, let's move on and get some headlines for you guys. Actually, first, let's check in with our buddy Billy Betts. AI agent that bets on sporting events. You guys know that already, but awesome. Big fan. Yesterday, $2,000 bet on 4 games, went 1-3. Not great. Down $1,400. Total record now 114 and 118, down minus 3.94%. Yeah, a little rough stretch for Billy. But yeah, I say this all the time. Even when Billy loses, he's training, he's learning, he's getting better. So those losses still pretty darn valuable. Neurobro, look, this is a nice tease. I have no idea. Nobody knows what this is other than, well, the team, but some kind of big product update is launching this year. It's not part of their app. It's not a thing they've teased before. It's something entirely new. I think they're calling it a whole new pillar of their ecosystem. I don't know what that could be, but dude, I'm going to peek at their token because I think their token, depending where it's at now, I've checked it at around, guys, yeah, around $8-10 million. This one just keeps getting more and more features, product keeps getting better and better, and they're great with the mindshare thing. Tweets every day with updates. Something tells me, look, if some of these agent tokens start getting back into the hundreds of millions, something tells me, just keep this on your radar. Something tells me NeuroBro is going to be possibly in that conversation. I'm watching him. I'm watching him very closely. I check in on him every day. His X feed. I don't check the market cap. I kind of thought it got out of reach, and it didn't. 8.5 mil. Keep that on the radar. Love that agent. I do. Outside of crypto, some updates from some of the big boys here. Anthropic announcing that web search is now available on their API, which is super helpful. I'm not using the API. When I use AI, I'm using, the LLMs directly. I'm typing to them native language. But when they get upgraded to search the web, it unlocks so much. I mean, it's a whole different application. And so again, now using Claude via API, you can access that. It is super, super helpful. Meta showed off their perception language model. Really, really interesting. I'm going to tell you why this matters, at least why I think it matters. And I think I'm going to show you the video because it helps demonstrate it. I'll set it up. We've talked about metaverse, right? The metaverse is going to come back this year, this cycle. In fact, in like 6 weeks. Actually, maybe like 4 or 5 weeks. The metaverse is going to be a really hot topic again. Yuga Labs' Other Side Metaverse goes live, right? Persistent online metaverse. It's going live. It's going to be full of AI agents. It is. And we saw this coming a while back. It's finally coming here. Even if you can't plug agents in right away, that's coming. And I thought that was so cool, right? Because these agents, on top of learning from what you're typing to it, and if you talk to them with voice, right, they learn from that too. But man, visually, agents can learn too, right? So if you're in a game and you have your agent in a game and it sees another agent, how it's reacting to something you do or how it's interacting or reacting to somebody else, I'm like, they can learn from that, but they need to be taught how to learn from that. And so that's where something like this comes into play. These are models that help agents or whatever AI applications learn, but visually. So check this out. I don't think we're going to have sound on this one. Let me see if I can get it though. allows this allows agents or LLMs to learn visually, right? It sees what the person is doing and it can actually translate that into text and it can learn off of it, right? It sees exactly how the person is moving that, what is it, chocolate fudge into the bag. It describes the action with the tongs, grabs it, puts it in the bag. Really cool. And it also can answer how many pieces she grabbed and put in. Really important if you're trying to train something, not based on words again, but on something visual. It's really, really cool. This tech's getting really, really exciting, guys. Anyway, I'm a nerd. I like that stuff. I think some of you guys are pretty into that stuff too. I think it's a really, really cool update. So we'll keep those kind of things coming. Netflix gonna be baking AI in too. In a way, I guess I didn't think they would do it. It makes sense though. But Netflix incorporating a new AI-powered search where, look, you're not going to search by the name of the show. You can search by telling it what kind of mood you're in, what you're in the mood for, right? You want something funny and upbeat. You're looking for, it's not even putting in genre like, chick flick or romantic, whatever, rom-com, whatever action. It's not even that. You can get very specific and give it some feelings with what you want to see. Or maybe you could probably even get to the point where I imagine this, you could probably give it like quotes from a movie and it can probably pull that movie up for you too. So, cool upgrade, guys. We're going to see AI baked into everything, guys. Everything that we're touching here. It doesn't matter if it's on-chain, off-chain, crypto, not right. It doesn't matter. Everything baked with crypto throughout, which is really cool. Microsoft with a big announcement here, announcing they're integrating Google's A2A. That's their agent to agent. That is their swarm protocol. So here in crypto and with virtuals, we have the MCP, right? Out there in the real world, I hate saying it like that, but whatever. We've got Google's A2A. So again, Microsoft now adopting that. We'll start seeing them bake that into their utilities. But yeah, dude, swarms are going to be everywhere. It is the next phase of AI agents. And again, with virtuals, that's coming really, really soon. And we'll end on. Hang on, let me look ahead. Just make sure we're ending on what I think. Okay, yeah. We're ending on. I can get dark sometimes. I'll just say it like it is. So we'll end on some dark predictions here. Kind of. Paul Tudor Jones. 10%, hang on. 10% chance AI is going to lead to a weapon that takes out half of humanity. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I don't know why it is though, guys, but I eat that shit up. I'm sorry. I know we're heading into really interesting times. And good times too. I believe that. I think we're heading into really, really incredible times. But imagining what it looks like, it's fun. Predicting what it's going to look like, impossible. We can take wild guesses, and we do that a lot here. And then there's always the chance for something like that. There's always the chance that it doesn't go exactly right, and most of us aren't here. I don't think it'll play like that, but 10% chance, maybe. And then finally, we have a bunch of tech titans from Microsoft. I mean, Christian, are you really going to mind if, okay, I don't want to say half your neighborhood because I'm sure you love your neighbors, but are you really going to mind if there's just like a little less congestion on the highways and, I don't know, less wait time at whatever the airport? I don't know. No, I'm not. I don't want anything bad for anybody. I don't. That said, COVID and being home, not around people, was my favorite time of my life. I'll say that. Finally, yeah, we've got Microsoft, OpenAI, AMD, CoreWeave, talking to Congress, and this I see what they're doing with this, by the way. Telling Congress that AI is about to blow out our power grid, basically our power supply, right? Our infrastructure here, 50 years old. It's not going to be able to supply the power needed for these for the AI infrastructure, which it's not. The setup here, guys, is Trump has been pushing to have all kinds of nuclear power plants built here in the States and really, really escalate how quickly they come, how many there are. And AI is going to require that kind of power. So they're giving these warnings here not to scare people, but it is because the infrastructure here needs a major upgrade, and they know what they're building, that we don't have the power supply for it. So they're on board with Trump and what he needs, which is, again, get these nuke power plants up and running, get them built, get them running. We need it. And it is going to happen. So that, to me, is just one of those things. The writing is on the wall for what's coming here. A lot more power coming. There you go. It's got to be the shitty half. Yeah. No, I'm with you. Yeah. Take the bad ones can go. I love people. I'm just half playing. So there we go. Anyway, there is your update for today, guys. Let me think here if we have any other updates, local show related, but no, guys, there's your update. Things are looking pretty darn spicy. I'm excited for it, man. Whatever's coming, it looks like it might be starting here and now. Keep your fingers crossed here. Anyway, smash the like on your way out. Remember to subscribe to CryptoSlam over on YouTube, and again, follow the Swarm_AI over on X. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on Chain Reactor. That's at 9 a.m. Eastern time on all the same places. And then I'll see you right back here 2 p.m. for your Swarm report, guys. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you.